Hey guys, this is for the Module 4. I'm doing the one over communication, climate/control/globalization in industrial media. So the article that I chose is actually, there's a main article and then I actually have like two supporting articles that kind of go with it because this is current, but it's from probably a couple months ago overall when all this started, but the most recent article I got was from a couple days ago. So it just has a couple series of articles with it. And just to make sure that you guys will have them, I'll put them down in the comments of my video so that way you're also able to reference them. So essentially the context of these articles is from Microsoft offering $10 billion to buy Discord. Discord, for those of you who don't know, is a platform that's used for video chatting, audio chatting, voice chatting, messaging, and you can do it either in channels or privately to like a direct message to someone else or a group of people if you so choose. Presently, the Discord itself is free to use unless you want to get Nitro, which I think is like $9.99 a month or like $10, unless you get a year package and then it's like $99.99, so you get a little bit of a discount. And then predominantly it has been used for gaming, but more recently it actually can be used in classrooms or, essentially for school meetings. Just it's very comparable to like Microsoft Teams and even loosely kind of Zoom. So part of the reason I chose this article is because I've been actually, like I said, been tracking it for a while, and I actually see how it can apply to our reading in Chapter 6. So globalization is the process by which a world system is emerging through global economic integration, cultural, political, and material exchange, worldwide diffusion of information, compression of time and space, realignments of social interaction from local to networked contexts, and increased global consciousness. So, all that is the book's definition on page 176. I see this applying to the article because with COVID, many schools, including SFCC, have had to figure out ways to teach remotely. So for instance, this class right here, we're doing everything remotely online, and we're using essentially Zoom for all of our live meetings. People are using platforms like YouTube to make their videos and upload them, or Screencastify, or Screencast-O-Matic, or some sort of platform like that. And most of those platforms, like take YouTube for instance, has kind of a similar feature to Teams or Discord, where you can leave a like or a dislike, you can leave comments, you can subscribe to people, you can get notifications. Like there's a lot that goes into it. It's more than just an app for chatting, essentially. And like I was kind of saying, Discord is like Zoom, where you can video chat, voice chat, the whole shebang, just like YouTube, just like Teams. With Microsoft wanting to purchase them, which they actually didn't, at least currently they haven't. Had they been successful, though, they could have integrated it with Teams or another Microsoft, owned platforms to streamline it. And like I said, that didn't end up happening. Another concept that I think applies from Chapter 6 is the high and low context cultures on page 179. The company Discord and Microsoft both lie in between kind of the high and low, as they both originated in the United States, and I think that going worldwide has actually helped both companies succeed in further reaching markets by allowing interconnectability and unity to those utilizing these programs. So, since everyone in the world's kind of been affected with COVID again, it's one of those things that these programs have stepped up their game. Discord opened a lot more channels and a lot more of the ability for people to join into these sessions. They added a lot more server support. Microsoft stepped up for all the schooling and for companies. And same thing with Skype, same thing with Zoom, same thing with YouTube. All these companies have kind of had to step up their game, get more servers, because with everyone going remotely, it's putting a lot more strain and stress on their programs. And that's not just in the United States, that's global, that's worldwide. And then the last concept that I think applies is, I'm going to butcher this name, but Kluckhorn and Strobeck's value orientations. I think that the range of past, present, and future are important to understand in this article, because what Microsoft is trying to do by almost buying Discord essentially could be a mystery. They could be using it to enhance it for their Xbox Series X or their 360 or their Xbox platform, their gaming platform, to make it better. They could buy it and merge it with Teams. They could buy it and then do kind of like what I know Google has done in the past with some programs, is just try to kill it. Google did that with a program called Cloud Ready, where I shouldn't say they killed it, they merged it, so that way it's not basically in competition with them. I mean, it happens. It just is. It is what it is. And Microsoft did something similar where they bought Skype for a lot of money. They bought Bethesda, and not that they necessarily have killed them. So this kind of goes in the past where they actually have used them to try and, even though their name's attached to it, to make it better, to enhance it, which is good. And the other option, I guess, that they have is they could buy it, and then, like I said, they could do nothing. They could just collect revenue from it. They could buy it so that the Microsoft brand is titled with it. Something similar to that would be like Comcast when I worked there. I don't know if you know this, but I think it's Universal, the company that does movies and stuff. In the past, if you look at like an old movie where it's kind of the thing that goes around it's gonna be super hard to explain, but some of you might catch this. It said like Universal, and there was like the world, and the Universal like words kind of came across the front of it, and then it showed up and it said Universal, and it was like a production studio. Well, now at newer movies that have Universal, if you look at them, it'll actually do that, and it'll do the same animation, but the bottom, if you look, it actually says, I think it says a Comcast Corporation or a Comcast Company or something along those lines, because Comcast bought them. Inherently, they didn't, on the surface at least, seem to change anything or do anything, but it's something they own now, so just kind of interesting. And Microsoft, again, could do something kind of similar with Discord. They might leave it completely as is, but it might just say, in the bottom or in the About section, might say Microsoft something if they were to buy it. So just kind of seeing what Microsoft has done in the past and present could imply what they might do in the future based off what consumers like us have witnessed growing up with or have seen them do. Like I kind of said earlier, they've done similar things by buying Skype, and they've enhanced it and merged it with some of their stuff. And they have Teams, which is their platform that they've got going on that's really good too. They bought Bethesda. For those who don't know, that's a company that produces or makes or designs video games. I don't know if it's exactly all of that or not, but that's kind of something they do. And Microsoft bought them. So, based off the past, Microsoft, depending on who you talk to, has been good and bad. But I like to think that ideally they're going to do something good for the benefit of everyone. So that's what I got for the module 4, communication, climate, global, and culture and industry media. So thanks for watching, guys.